School is starting up again, and my family has been discussing the upcoming schedule changes. Who will be where, what sports and activities will be demanding our time, and how we're all going to get it done. One thing for sure, change is hard, isn't it? It seems like this time every year impacts everyone differently. Most of us have a sense of nervousness or worry or excitement. All of these are symptoms of anxiety, which makes for a perfect time to pick up a journal and a pen and start writing it out. Hi, I'm Scott. I founded penandjournal.com. I help people use journaling to improve their focus, their productivity, and their mindfulness. And today I want to talk about how you switch from one thing, summertime, to another, the new school year, and how to cope with that anxiety. So I'm going to share 3 journaling techniques that you can use to help kick off your school year. All right, before we get started with the journaling ideas, I would like you to subscribe and like this video. It helps me out and gives me lots of feedback. Thanks. Okay, let's get started with those 3 journaling techniques to help you kick off your school year. Number one has to do with grief. So when you change from one thing to another thing, you experience a little grief. It's not necessarily grief that comes from a death in the family or a broken relationship, but it is a change in your mental state. You deal with that the same way you deal with grief. So I would like you to write about grief and what grieves you about changing your schedule. What was it before that you enjoyed so much, and what worries you about what is coming up? Journaling idea number 2. I want you to write about everyone in your family, each person in your family, and how they are impacted by school starting up. Whether it's your kid or your uncle or you yourself or your spouse or your neighbor, any relationship you have, their schedules are changing also. So take a minute, write down the names of each one of those people, and kind of write down what is the impact? Are they excited? Is that something, I want you to just take into consideration how they feel about school starting. And number 3 comes down to coping with that anxiety that happens from change. I want you to write down how you can help others and yourself cope with the anxiety that is felt when your schedule changes and when things change in your life or in your day. All right, those are the 3 things that I'd like you to write about. Also, I would like you to connect with me on my Instagram account as well as my Facebook group. I have links in the description that you can get to those. I also have a link in the description that will help you kickstart your journaling habit if you haven't gotten one already. Take the time, download this schedule, work through kind of how you get set up to journal, and then I've given you 7 journaling prompts that are mindful journaling prompts that will help you kind of get going on what journaling and how you can benefit from it. Also, there's a link in the description for a habit tracker. Take the time to download that one too. You can print that thing out. It's super simple, super minimalist, but it'll be a good introduction for you to track the habit of journaling as well as any other mindful activity that you're participating in. Okay, that's all I have for now. We will see you next time. Thanks. It seems like this time every year impacts everyone differently. I founded penandjournal.com, and today I want to share with you how people use journaling to improve their focus and their productivity and I help people use journaling to improve their focus, their productivity, and their mindfulness. And today I want to talk about how you switch from one thing, summertime, to another. All right, before we get going with the journaling ideas, I would like you to subscribe and like and turn on notifications so that you can like this video. It helps me out and gives me lots of feedback. Thanks. Okay, let's get started with those 3 journaling to help you kick off your school year. Number one has to do with, okay, that's all I have for now. We will see you next time. Thanks.